This is an update about how we've been using some of the new capabilities of the STEM system from 6th Sense in the last couple of weeks to make some enhancements to Clang. By way of background, the Clang user interface paradigm is based on the idea of do what I mean, not what I do. So we're not expecting our players to be able to master the full repertoire of movements that a real sword fighter would be able to execute. If you could do that, you wouldn't need a video game. Instead, the more information that we can get about your movements around the space, the better the game is going to work. That's why we've been intrigued by the ability of the STEM system to add additional sensors to the two that we used in the existing Clang prototype. So this is just a really simple demonstration of 2 versus 3 controllers. I'm going to go through the normal calibration process that we use to calibrate the system with 2 controllers. This is the system that we use in the existing Clang prototype. So now the little man's sword is kind of answering to the movements of my body. I'm holding it out in front of my body. He's doing the same. An issue that shows up with some of our players who are a little more physically active when they play the game, especially if they're in rolling chairs, is that if you move around, it's going to screw up the calibration because you're moving around in absolute kind of room space. And even though your arms aren't moving with respect to your body. So what we've been able to do now that the 3-controller STEM system is available is that the code's been updated to reflect the possibility of a 3rd controller. So I'm going to go through the, I've just turned on the 3rd one. It knows it's here, and it knows that the purpose of that controller is to track where my body is. So I'm just going to stick it in my pocket. I can put it anywhere in my belt, just anywhere that kind of answers to the movement of my body. I'm going to restart the calibration process now in 3-controller mode. And here we are again. And you can see that as I roll back and forth, since the calibration is now done with respect to the one that's stuck in my pocket, the sword doesn't move as I move around in my chair. So we think it's a better play mechanic, and it's just sort of the first and most straightforward application of what we can do with the additional number of controllers that are available in the new STEM system.